Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Wallace-Broder, and I'm really pleased to join Gabrielle in giving out the Leigh Seddon Award. So the Leigh Seddon Award was created by the EAN Board of Directors in 2021 to honor Leigh's many contributions to EAN. Leigh served as the EAN board chair for a decade from 2012 to 2021. Over the years, Leigh has also conducted extensive research and analysis for EAN, including producing the first pathways analysis, which informed Vermont's comprehensive energy plan. I'm looking across the room at how many people contributed to that, and contributions to every annual progress report EAN has ever produced. Leigh's dedication to research and analysis that informs and advances Vermont's energy and climate efforts continues today, both as an EAN Senior Fellow and as a generous supporter of EAN's summer research internship. So I just would like to say thank you, Leigh, for all of your work over all the years. So it is incredibly fitting that there is an award in Leigh's name. And the Leigh Seddon Award honors a network member who has made a significant volunteer commitment to EAN, contributed research or analysis that helps advance EAN's mission, and or mentored newer EAN members or staff. This honors the significant amount of time and effort given over the long term to support EAN and all it stands for in Vermont. So I think we're both really pleased to announce that Karen Glitman is this year's awardee. Yay! Okay, now we're going to really embarrass her. As she comes up, she's going to have to stand here and listen to all of the wonderful things we're going to say about her. So I met Karen when we were both in our early 20s, which is hard to believe. She was the minority leader in the Vermont House of Representatives, which was remarkable because she was almost the youngest. I think Ben was younger, I'm not sure. Member of the House, but anyway, extremely young. And I was working at the Democratic Party at the time, and we spent hours and days and weeks traveling the state to recruit and train legislative candidates to hold the House for the then Speaker Ralph Wright, and we were successful in that, which was very exciting. So we have a long-time shared passion for politics that we share until this day. So great night last night, everyone. So we also followed similar career paths, although I don't think we had that planned out. At least when it came to issues we're passionate about, transportation, clean energy, and climate. Throughout her career, Karen has been a visionary and dedicated leader, whether as a legislator at the Transportation Research Center, in multiple leadership roles at the Agency of Transportation, at VEIC, who she brought me into, and then at the Center for Sustainable Energy. She's a big thinker and excels at rallying others around a vision and getting things done. And she puts her money where her mouth is. As an early adopter of just about every clean energy technology you can think of. She was the first person I knew that had an EV. And how did I know that? Because she didn't just buy the EV. She had an article written about it in the newspaper. She wrote about it on Facebook. She told everybody she could about how easy it was and how awesome it was to drive an EV, and started that wave for all of us in the state of Vermont, along with Dave Roberts, which is so amazing. What a legacy. She was the first person that I also was fortunate to have in my life for a long time, like as a friend and colleague, that we started together in politics. It's such an honor to know you, Karen. You've been a source of personal and professional inspiration, and I'm so happy to call you my friend and so happy to be a part of this award.
So since the first day I met Karen, I have found her to be really elegant, refined, and distinguished, kind of like how she's dressed today. I account this to her having spent 11 out of 18 years of her first years of life on this planet living as a diplomat's child in France and Belgium. But what I've come to learn about Karen since our initial interaction is that, sure, she's elegant and classy, but she's also an awe-inspiring pioneer who's broken countless records that most of us won't know about because she's too dang humble. Jen mentioned her early career in the legislature and at VTrans, during which time she was also raising an infant and a toddler. But she also served as the Vermont State Director for Jesse Jackson's 1984 presidential campaign, where he earned a greater share of votes in the Vermont primary than in any other state. Although for EAN, I just want to say it's a nonpartisan nonprofit. The next year, as a freshman legislator, she introduced and helped pass freshman legislature, the South African divestment bill. That is pretty hardcore. And for those of you who have worked with her, you also know that she is smart, inquisitive, creative, and solution-oriented, with a mind that drills down to the roots, to facts and science and data. Amen. She is kind and deeply thoughtful, just like Leigh. And just like Leigh, she gets excited by new ideas and imagining what might be possible. She puts in the hard work to turn those ideas and possibilities into reality with commitment over the long term. And critically important for all of the issues she cares about, she's optimistic and tenacious. As an example, another bill she co-sponsored in her early 20s was Vermont's first anti-discrimination bill focused on sexual orientation. The bill did not even get a hearing at the time, but as Karen shared it with me the other day, this just confirms that the arc of the moral universe does indeed bend toward justice.
I love that. Such a great story. Okay, so when it comes to EAN, Karen embodies the Leigh Seddon Award. She was a founding board member of EAN, which I didn't know, but not surprised by, in 2012, and then served as EAN's board until 2018. Since then, she has continued to volunteer with EAN, serving as an EAN senior fellow and as a frequent resource for EAN staff and summer research interns. In 2019, as an EAN senior fellow, Karen authored the EAN report on Cap and Invest, something that we still really need to focus on, which was later utilized by the Vermont Climate Council and helped inform recommendations in both iterations of Vermont's Climate Action Plan that Vermont participate in the Cap and Invest program. So for all of the reasons that we have shared with you, we're so happy to give the Leigh Seddon Award to Karen Glipman. Woo-hoo!
So they got me this hunting hat because, as Jared knows, I did take Hunter's Ed this fall, so it will come in handy. But thank you so much, and what an honor to have Jen and Gabrielle speak for me. It was they mean the world to me as well. So it's been really exciting this morning to see the annual plan and sort of the evolution of all the data and how far we've come, and it just really goes to speak to the strength of the structure of EAN as a network and to the salience of the issue that we're all dealing with, which is around energy, which of course affects all of our lives in every aspect. So EAN has really been tremendous. It's been wonderful to see it grow And really, Jared and Cara, the role it plays in the state now is far beyond what we would have imagined when we founded it back in 2012. So congrats to you all for what you've taken it. And of course, to Leigh, I am completely humbled to be honored in an award in your name. The work you do for EAN is really phenomenal. I don't feel like I come even close to what you do. So thank you. And thank you all.